Greetings and welcome to the 15th Bobzee hour. Today we're going to be looking at one or two stories which you can guarantee are going to be, well, if you haven't seen a Bobzee live stream before, then you can expect to see dolls. My suspicion of actual dolls being used in real life news stories. You can see lies being backed up with yet more lies, and we'll probably look at the numbers as well tonight. Yeah, this is Bobzee Hour 15, and we're going to be beginning in about 50 seconds. I want to say hello to Jokerman, who's in the live chat, a faithful, loyal subscriber, so thanks for tuning in tonight, my friend. I'll be with you in 1 minute. Okay, yeah, we've got a video to watch this evening. I happened to chance upon it on TikTok. Well, I didn't watch TikTok, but apparently it was originally on TikTok. I saw it because the mainstream press thought it a good idea to make sure everyone who hadn't already watched it gets to see it. For example, yeah, it's is it a coincidence that one of the more popular videos on my channel was where I called out the use of moon bumps? Let me see if I can find the exact one I'm referring to. Yeah, not only called out moon bumps, I'm calling out the use of CGI and CGI and dolls with the babies that are supposedly being presented to us by these celebrities that get absolutely millions of subscribers. Is it a coincidence? Yeah, the one thing I called out was saying newborn babies up to sort of, well, even up to sort of 6 months until they can properly support their own head, lift it up. And yet I came across this story today. Let me just make sure it's all playing. Right, one thing you'll notice about this story that we're looking at: doctor responds to viral video of 3-day-old baby crawling. This was the headline I saw. This is on Yahoo News, although I believe the exact same story has been shown to us all over the place. Now here you'll notice the video, Chrissy Teigen. What's she got to do with a baby crawling at 3 days old? Well, more than you might realise. She is absolutely part of the industry, part of the fake pregnancy brigade, you might want to call them. Serena Williams, yeah, of course, she's someone you look to. What is this compilation? They got real about their post-baby bodies. They got real. Remember what we said about... Hang on, let me go to our rule sheet for when we look for lies. What was one of the things we suggested? Hang on, let me just make it a bit more readable. We can expect people omitting their own pronouns, non-committal expressions, change in tense when talking, covering their mouth, abrupt changes of topic, too much insignificant details, and qualifier statements like "to be honest," where they feel the need to tell you that they're definitely being honest. Let's see if any of that... Yeah, I mean, straight away in this video, celebrities who got real about their post-baby bodies. This has got absolutely nothing to do with the actual article we're supposed to be looking at. 3-day-old babies crawling, remember that? That's something I said... Well, I never mentioned crawling, but as you can see in tonight's thumbnail, perhaps I'll bring that up just very quickly. It is a baby easily lifting its own head up. Both these images, by the way, were used by the news outlet, whichever one it was that I saw cover this viral TikTok video. then yeah, they were all the images we saw used. Let's see. Yeah, this is all celebrities that I doubt ever got pregnant. Generously constructed. Here we go. Another, I guess you'd call this an admission. Somewhere along the way, they kind of slip in the words, this isn't real, or unreal, or... and for example, photos of me in this magazine have been generously constructed to show my best angles. Yes, absolutely. When we look, I made a short video a few weeks back. Let's go to my channel just very quickly. And I said everything we saw in the video was from a... Well, that's not what we want to look at. Hang on. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm in YouTube Studio, never mind. Is this... Right, let me just mute this. That by the best angles, you'll notice this woman's covering her hair up. She's absolutely covering that point of her on her for some reason. That is because what we're looking at here is something just attached to the body. No matter how real it might look, notice we don't see below the knees. Anything from the knees up to the kind of armpits, even above that, could be questioned. Because, as I point out in this video, you get to see some very suspicious looking lines right under the armpits. If you were watching the live stream a few weeks ago, you would have seen I covered all this. Right. So, generously constructed to show my best angles. That is an example of what this celebrity was talking about. Anyway, I'm sure, considering this news article is about a baby crawling, a video of a baby crawling, I assume we're going to get to see that. Let's have a look. If you've been on TikTok lately, of course you have. Why else would you be here? I've never been on TikTok. Well, I have been on TikTok. I've uploaded 2 videos. I don't think they got a single view between them. What a waste of time that was. Not in the case of this video, though. In this clip, which has so far had 47.4 million views so far, this was written... What's the date of this article? Do they give us one? It's pretty... Of course we do. 31st of May. So yesterday it was up to 47 million. And this was before getting mainstream coverage by the press. 47.4 million views. 47.4 million people. Or however many of those are legitimate views and not done by bots. Let's say 50% of their audience are views that they've, sent. A big wall of phone screens have all been programmed to click onto this video. Let's say half of them are legitimate. Let's say 17 million people that saw this 3-day-old newborn baby lift its head and begin to crawl around the crib, much to the shock of their parents and viewers across the world. Get ready for those admissions. You've got qualifier statements, you've also got admissions. I still can't believe this happened. The baby's mother says in the caption, bit of an admission then, don't believe it happened, because the mother can't believe it, so why would you? Although, again, is this the... Yeah, doctor. This is a doctor responding to this phenomena, you could say, of a 3-day-old baby learning to get up and crawl around. We are going to see that video, by the way. Greetings to Maria. Lovely to see you in the live chat tonight. Oh, if I've not invited anyone, I hope you guys know you don't need an invite. If you want to leave a comment in the live chat, it's always good to know you're tuning in. Thank you on that note to Jokerman and Marie for both taking the time to do that. Okay, now this distracting video is onto a story about Sunjuk rejects COVID inquiry. Oh, some rubbish about Johnson and WhatsApp. No doubt I'll talk about that one Sunday night probably. But we're not going to get too distracted right now. We're talking about newborn babies. Isn't it generous of Yahoo News to give Samantha Elizabeth this plug here? We're not actually going to go onto it. Well, we'll probably go onto her channel. Why not? Let's do it. Let's check Samantha Elizabeth after we've seen, read this, because this article's full of it. She can't believe it happened. Someone in the comments replied, pandemic babies are just built different. Squeeze that bit of rubbish in. just to back up this lie. In the introduction, I talked about lies being backed up with even more lies. Yeah, this is one example. Make sure you squeeze in as many pieces of rubbish as you can. She's got places to go and people to see. Yep, got it. Supergirl, because they always are on social media and the mainstream media, they are always superheroes, these people that we see. There could be a reason, as we saw in the beginning, celebrities get real about their postpartum bodies. None of them have got remotely real, but forget that. Why is my newborn crawling? What this baby is doing is very normal. Of course it is, Dr. Karen Raj. Nothing to see here. Well, actually, what are we even seeing here? Because we're not seeing the video. Maybe we will before the end of this article. She explains that in the TikTok video, tiny humans are pre-programmed with certain software updates. Do you see they're freaking giving it away? Software updates for a baby. Get real, come on. Software updates for survival. One of these inbuilt features is the crawling reflex. That's a nice inbuilt feature you gave your robot. Or the breast crawl. Very clever. Basically, the baby is hungry and hunting for a free boob, Dr. Raj goes on. If you put a baby on a mother's tummy, it will crawl towards the source of milk, like a homing beacon, and latch onto the breast. That's dedication. Yeah, the baby can move to some degree when they're this young. Crawling, like we're going to see in a minute, I don't know. You'll have to use your own judgment on that. See if you can guess what my take on it will be. I'm not going to influence you, though. You might think what we're about to watch in this video is perfectly legitimate. Remember, Dr. Raj has said nothing to see here. Move along. Forget these 47.4 million viewers on TikTok who have been influenced to believe that 3-day-old babies crawling around, no problem, absolutely fine. Not reality though. Okay, are we going to check out this woman's website? Let's do it. This is Samantha Elizabeth. Oh well, that's the name of an actor on Emmerdale actually, which I wasn't aware of. Right, I better check that no audio's coming out. Okay, this is the particular video we're looking at. I've got a better view of it than this. In fact, yeah, as I said, there were more than one story. Here's another story about this same baby where we got one of tonight's pictures for tonight's screenshot. What do you think? Does that look as you would expect a newborn baby to look? Or is there something a little odd? So yeah, 47 million people got convinced that 3-day-old babies doing this, no matter how weird the skin might look. Notice we still haven't actually seen a video yet. We didn't see one in the last one. Hopefully we will in the next. She's lifting her head, crawling and talking, the proud mum shows in the video that's been seen 41 million times. Do you know the counter-argument to this? People like myself, hopefully there's people that have put videos out about this kind of rubbish that do a lot better than my videos do. But hopefully there are ones that do better. Hang on, do you know how many people saw, as I said, the counter-argument to this, to the fact that 3-day-old babies can't possibly move their head? 7,600. So, multiple times the amount of people got to catch. Not only because mainstream outlets like, who is this, NT News and Yahoo News made sure that it was put in your consciousness. So doesn't matter that you haven't seen the video yet. Oh, hang on, It's here as well. Okay, fair enough. They do show it on here. We are going to see it in a second. In a seemingly new TikTok account. Wow, a new TikTok account got 41 million views. For something which, according to the doctors, nothing that special, nothing that impressive. It's the sort of thing you see all the time. Greetings to Angela, by the way. Great to see you in the chat. I will catch up with that in a minute. Text over the screen reads, POV, your daughter is 3 days old and is lifting her head. Undoubtedly the little baby's on the move and it's incredible footage to see. No, not according to Dr. Raj. Absolutely irrelevant. She is surprised anyone even bothered making a video about it. It's such a normal occurrence. 41 million people, 55,000 comments. Many viewers were utterly amazed. Do you think any of them suggested it might be a judge for yourself? I'm not going to influence you. Utterly amazed by what they saw. However, NT News will make sure they influence you by telling you how amazed people were at what they saw. Again, this one goes with exactly the same line as the Yahoo one. Highlights exactly the same comment. Pandemic babies are built differently. And babies today are a totally different breed. Yes, your one. This one is a very different breed to what you're seeing in a genuine maternity ward. Many of the comments suggest a basic common reason for the remarkable footage. Newborn baby reflexes. What about neck muscles? What about muscles that don't actually develop for the first kind of 3 to 6 months of the baby's life? Forget them. This is reflexes. It is certainly something going on, and we'll jump to that video shortly and see. We've even got the voice of a midwife here. I can confirm there's nothing wrong. This is natural. Of course it is. That's why 41 million people watched it. Yeah, Angela says 41 million disagree that it's normal. But not one. But how many of them will question it beyond? I don't know. Let's see what take you get on it. How does any... Right, okay, a midwife, I can confirm there's nothing wrong. And a mum said, how does anyone know this? Each of my babies did this. This line, yeah, my babies were trying to get out their cot on the first day of their life. Came up frequently on this one, for example, Jake Quickenden. This, as I mentioned in the past, this is a video that was actually acknowledged by the guy himself, Jake Quickenden, who is the star of the video. Jake Quickenden's obviously fake baby. Again, one of the things I pointed out was, I mean, just look at that face. I mean, I'm not saying they haven't blended one image over another. They've done a good job, but it doesn't look real. The face is kind of too small anyway, but the one I really called out and said, no, 3 day old, no, not 3 days old. This was about 21 days old. 21-day-old babies do not have this kind of neck control. Not a chance. However, when it's Jake Quickenden's child, when it's... Who's the other one we saw doing it? The UFC fighter, I can't even remember the guy's name. When their babies are... Conor McGregor, that was it. Make sure they get in Conor, because it is a con. His, 10-day-old baby, no problem with these types of movements. Here we go. This is my point. That it said it begins to change around the 3 months of age, when most babies develop enough strength in their neck to keep their heads partially upright. This comes from, a mother and Healthline Parenthood. This is the site, what I would cite as kind of an expert view on the baby's development. However, jump in TikTok. Okay, how far do I have to go before I see a comment that says, yeah, my baby did this? Someone said absolutely brilliant. That was nice. Yeah, here's one. My boy was holding his head at less than a week old. They're all different. Okay, interesting comment. Just an anecdote, no proof. It means absolutely nothing. I could write anything I want in a comment. Doesn't prove anything. My son rolled over at 3 weeks old. He's not CGI. Okay, that's not lifting your head up in the same manner as we saw in the video. Yeah, this became a very popular response to this video. I hope you reach out for help. You've compared Instagram filters to CGI, whatever. So here we go. You need to see a doctor. Sandy, brilliant. I was convinced it was real until the head lifting part. Who is Jake anyway? Yeah, there was a comment someone left about babies trying to climb out the pram, trying to climb out their cot. Here's Jasmine Kirk. How ignorant is this person? How do they use CGI on live videos? You didn't know they could do that? Not that any of the videos that Jake puts out are filmed live, as far as I know. Right, I'm going to have a quick look in the live chat, and then we're going to move to... Okay, this was the first video I saw of this baby doing it. Right, do we want audio on? I'm going to compare it to the actual TikTok video. Just before we play it, let me start. Oh, that's quite loud, isn't it? Let me turn that down a bit. Yeah, this is the one I saw, and for some reason, someone with the name Isitor, Mabel, Oniinyi, it looked almost like Visitor, I don't know. This is a cropped part of the clip.
Mom, no freaking way.
Is that even normal?
No. She's 3.
I'm not sure how the audio sounds to you. It sounds very disconnected from what's actually going on. It's like two people just constantly reading one line after the next. Okay, let's watch a couple more minutes of this one.
Days old.
Oh my God, she's crawling.
She knows what
Mom!
to do. Video this.
How is it? I am.
For all I know, someone might have actually added audio over the top of it, but this was the nearest thing I could find. Look at that arm creasing up. We'll take a closer look, don't worry.
How is that even normal?
Look at those hands. Always the hands and ears they get wrong. Not get wrong, but are the hardest to make look real, I guess you'd say.
What the heck?
Look at her. God, she should not be this strong already.
Well, that's what happens when you spend too much time in mommy's belly.
Well, that's so true. Come on, baby. Come on, go.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Okay, alright, we're gonna get you off.
Well, right? No.
Okay, I don't know if that's original audio, because I've not seen the original video yet. Right, let me have I'll read the comments a minute while we watch that without the audio. Yeah, Angela says no baby does that. Maria, lots of YouTube videos showing these superhuman newborn babies, robots. I've got to say, looking at this, I think there's a combination of things. They talked about giving it a software update. They talked about it having certain reflexes, and I do think what we're looking at here... Hang on, let me try and crop in a little bit. I do think what we see... going on. Notice... Do you ever see the stomach of this baby actually coming off the bed? Which would suggest that... Okay, we'll keep watching. Yeah, I'm going to say they've got some sort of... You know, like, have you ever seen a massage chair? How they've got all those spinning, like, discs on the inside? Oh, horrible things. I couldn't sit on one for more than 2 seconds. It felt like I was being tortured. But this is what this reminds me of. The way the parts lurch. And there we go. This is their idea of... this is, I've probably got to say, as good as it gets. At the moment, I think we're looking at... I'm not sure if they've done any overlay into that, or if that is just how the doll looks. I mean, it absolutely wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility for them to have filmed whatever this thing is on a green screen and then superimpose it into a, you know, kind of crib environment. See, they don't let you see the face. The time it goes to the, you know, properly see the face, it goes to, it gets obscured there by the visor. I'm going to say some very good uses of kind of CGI coupled with overlays. No doubt they're using overlays, they're putting shadows in the right place. Notice the hands. And all that up here on the arm looks very soft and... Hang on, can we skip back to that a minute? Yeah, just here looks almost like... Sorry, under the word Mabel, looks just like padding and doesn't look like human flesh to me. It looks like a sponge or who knows what. Being crushed doesn't look like a human body, but again, you'll have to make your own decisions on that. We'll have a look in a minute at the original TikTok one. Jokerman says a baby robot would be easier to make a real moving doll than an adult. Well, in some circumstances, hang on, we're gonna... Hang on, what am I doing? Okay, we're gonna lose this video and we're gonna actually go to TikTok and see what this person presents us. This is the first video they put on their channel.
No way.
Mom.
No freaking way.
It was the original audio.
She's 3 days old. Oh my god.
Babe, she's
moving.
crawling.
She knows what to
Mom.
do. I know. Video this.
How is that? I am. How is that even normal? What the heck?
Look at her. God, she should not be this strong already.
Well, that's what happens when you spend too much time in Mommy's belly.
Well, that's so true. Come on.
I will say the skin does look very real. But we'll judge it based on what other videos we might find on this channel.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, we're gonna get you off.
Whoa.
Look at the neck. Look at the twisted neck. Oh, unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can skip back 5 seconds, but...
No freaking way.
Is that even normal?
No. She's 3 days old.
See, why can't we see underneath here?
Mom, she's
moving.
crawling.
She knows what to
Mom.
do. I know. Video this.
Oh, what was that? Oh, so annoying. Actually, I can do it. I want to be able to pause it and zoom in, but on TikTok, being what it is, I just can't do that. So, we'll go back to this view. Hopefully we get it. Where you just see underneath the... You just see underneath the chest just in time. And it doesn't look particularly human. Here we go. Again, of course, judge for yourself, but... Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what this bit just under the between the ear and the elbow is meant to be. Seems to be something, I don't know. It seemed to be some connector or... Okay, we'll go back to the other view. But worth noticing how the baby is attached to the bed.
How is that? I am.
There we go. You can see it. Oh, I can't. That's the bit. But...
Not even normal.
Okay, yeah. You will have to be the judge of this for yourself.
She should not be this strong already.
Well, that's what happens when you spend too much time in Mommy's belly.
Well, that's...
So if the a baby spends too much time on its belly, they'll become very strong and start... Yeah, not buying that myself. I'm not signed into TikTok, otherwise I would leave a comment. I don't even know if I can. Right, let's see some of these other videos then.
Who's it cute? Who said you could be so cute?
God, what a horrible noise.
Who said? Said you could be so...
I will say they've done a very good job with CGI on it. You know, if this isn't legit, if this isn't a real baby, then I'd say, yeah, they've done a brilliant job. They got some really great animators working on these ones. Okay, how old is this baby meant to be now? 18 days old. Again, more of what I'm going to say, not possible for a 18-day-old, but let's see it. Maybe it is.
You're doing such a good job.
Yeah, hide that face.
Nyla. Oh. Oh my god! Did you
Why
see
is that amazing? Your baby's been doing that sort of stuff since the day it was in hospital. Don't know why they're screaming in excitement at that.
that? Oh my god, I caught it on camera! Did you just roll over? Oh my goodness. 16, 17, 18 days old. 18 days old, rolled over from belly to back.
I'm sure Dr. Raj from the Yahoo News article would tell you, perfectly normal, nothing to see. In fact, I think they do even mention that. Yeah, superhero babies, why not? Can I sign into TikTok? I'm gonna... 1 month old and your daughter smiles at you. What super advanced baby this is. All this has happened in 2 days, by the way. We've gone from the 3-day-old baby to this woman sharing videos of her now 1 month old. That was very sudden. Yeah, mouth is glitching out a little bit in this scene. Again, it's difficult to get a close-up. Alright, judge for yourself. I will, of course, leave a link to this person's TikTok account. I just want to see if I can sign in, actually, and leave a comment. So please bear with me 1 second while I do that. Right, did I ever try signing in on this account? Can't remember. Yeah, I did put a... Oh, goodness me. Already have an account. I believe I do, but no idea which. Okay. Login success. Great. You can have a look at my TikTok account. What a waste of time this was setting up. Anyway. Greetings to Susan. Lovely to see you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. And Maria says, I think we'll be seeing a lot of bizarre and extraordinary things happening with these genome babies with altered DNA. That would... Yeah. I don't believe this is... Maybe in some circumstances they might use images of real babies, but whoever these people are, I don't know, who knows. She didn't share any of her baby bump pictures. Seems like the sort of person that would be putting that stuff everywhere, but who knows. Samantha, Elizabeth, no idea who they are. Just a made up name, probably. a made-up account. Yeah, who knows how. We'll see. Yeah, perhaps pandemic babies really are just born differently, and we're going to see. Right, I'm going to leave a comment. I'll be nice, of course. I'll say some really good animatronics mixed with some great CGI work. ... Love it! Exclamation mark. That is my comment over on TikTok. Whether it ever gets viewed, I have no idea, but yeah, what's going on with my channel? I'm not even going to waste your time giving you the link to my TikTok channel. If you use TikTok, you can have a look, but yeah, 1 view, 5 views on these public videos. No, I only ever uploaded 2 things, so yeah, I don't believe I've ever shared a link to this because I don't really use it. I think I signed it up. I signed up for it in order to watch RV Truth videos, but I've never really used it much myself. Susan says what Maria was saying about altered DNA apparently already accounted for some strange early movements of treated babies with strange eyes and movements. That's really sad, but again, is it just... We'll see. Yeah, I really hope that isn't the case, and that it is all CGI, and that babies are not genuinely being born with any, irregularities. Let's see, did I have any other... This thing with Philip and Eamon still going on. Jokerman says people have access to a lot more cameras now. Maybe it's just rare. Okay. I'm not saying in rare occasions babies don't have, the ability earlier than would normally be the case to do things like lift neck muscles, but it takes more than 3 days okay, let's say they do. Yeah, maybe it's a possibility, but isn't it a funny coincidence that these babies always belong to, not always of course, but often belong to celebrities and people that set up TikTok accounts, and their very first video gets 40 million views and covered by at least 2 different mainstream media outlets. I bet tons of people covered this one. I did a search for 3-day-old baby. What news articles came up? How many news outlets covered this one? Yahoo, Tyler, whoever that is, Mail Online covered it. New York Post covered it. The Sun, Esquire, Devon Live, Sydney Morning Herald, Lad Bible, OK. All of them covered this, although I might be going a bit off subject on some of it. So, and every one of them is... Oh my goodness, that might be a newborn baby. Is it okay to pierce newborn babies' ears in Australia? Right. Sundays. Last Sunday we had Jokerman, who's in the live chat, had a wonderful conversation with him on a open mic. And how can I follow up on that other than to do a quiz? What I am thinking, on Sunday we went through a quiz which was, can you tell which one of these people has been under the surgeon's knife, as it was, been given hormones to make them feel more like the human they believe they are. And I am tempted, I'm going to do a not a major big quiz. Well, if I do a big quiz, then one category. But either way, I'm at least going to do a few questions, a few pictures. Like in that quiz we did on Sunday, is this person a trans or not? This is this, according to the mainstream, a doll or not? And see if you can work out, see how many of you get it right, which of the pictures we're looking at is a doll and which is a supposedly real baby. See if that catches you out. Is this just more of the same? 71.4 thousand likes. Lara, okay. The person who got slammed for piercing their baby's ears, it looks like. That's mental. Who would do that? Come on. What a ridiculous way to, I don't know, mental. Crazy stuff. But yeah, that's TikTok. Yeah, I wanted to look at this deal that supposedly the Scum newspaper, sorry, not the Sun, the Sun newspaper did with Philip Schofield. Since, right, okay. Okay, apparently Philip did a deal with the Sun newspaper when he came out as gay. Brilliant. Is this meant to be... Right, yeah, I'm not sure what the official line is on this one, whether Philip has, quite the reason he's very suddenly disappeared off television. Is it likely he's going to come back again soon? The veteran presenter gave another interview to his current employer, GB News. So he actually works for... Oh no, this is Eamon Holmes, sorry. After branding Schofield toxic and delusional, wow. Are the people going to turn on... Of course, when this all happened in 2020... was it 2022? Or whenever it was, Philip Schofield came out. Yeah, he was supported by everyone. His wife was by his side. All the celebrities came out and said how brave Philip Schofield is. Seems like the tides are turning a little bit, maybe. Public opinion, well, not... Depends. Public opinion is whatever this news article tells them it is. We noticed the Sun newspaper... Okay, we began to feel this is not our show at all. It's been planned for some time, and this is not what it seems. Well, that's an interesting admission by Eamon Holmes. So this is a story that, or at least him coming out as gay, had been planned for a long time. So who knows? Perhaps what's going on now is just more another part of that plan. Holmes, who left ITV in 2021 to join right-wing news channel, GB News. I've got to say, GB News, I did get mixed up with, what's that other news outlet that Stu Peters works for? I can't even remember whatever one it is, but there's another one and it's meant to be kind of more alternative news. I'm not sure. Perhaps it is GB News, I don't know. Right, I'll have a... Susan said definitely... Philip Schofield stories, echoes of Jimmy Savile. And says that genetic females playing a part. Oh, we even get to hear Eamon Holmes. A total cover-up.
Dyed-in-the-wool narcissist. Everything is about him. Everyone was team Philip and Holly. And they were there together, they were seen together, they were the brand. You then go back, why were there no changes? Why was there no retribution? Because of the management around them, the people who tolerated these things that went on. And when there was talk of...
Tolerated what things? What exactly is he on about?
Philip having a relationship with a young man.
Oh, that thing,
That young
right.
man was, in inverted commas, promoted. He didn't seek promotion, didn't ask for promotion. Promotion.
Yeah, what Susan mentioned about Philip and the other person being played by genetic females, we could certainly have a quick look at Philip, actually. What he reminds me of, actually, Eamon Holmes, again, is another one with these very kind of soft features. Ant and Dec are another people, almost like they're straight out of... Right, let's look at the clue. The evidence, like we did in that quiz. We looked at the forehead, flat forehead. Is there much of a brow ridge going on here? Not really. I would say that's more or less a 90-degree angle going straight up from here. It doesn't look like there's much of a slope going on there. Whatever. Eyes, they look maybe the normal width apart for a woman, but of course the width of the eyes can be altered by these areas here being injected with fillers, or this side of the face being pumped out or plumped out to make the eyes look like they're not as deep set as maybe they really are. They got some wacky methods for this sort of thing. Not, his jaw looks very round, very clean shaven as well. Well done, Phil. You did a good job of getting every single hair on your face off. We've never seen him with a beard. I don't know. He does have... I tell you who he looks like to me in that picture. Again, Philip Schofield's probably someone who has got numerous body doubles or other people that can also play the role. He looks to me like... Oh, pregnancy for Princess Amelia. Maybe we'll look at that if we've got time before we finish tonight. Another royal getting pregnant. Okay, what were we actually going to look at? An actor on EastEnders. Now, I'm not for 1 second saying Philip Schofield and this woman are the same person, okay? I'm just saying she, looking at him in that image, she's got such a, you know, there was a bit of familiarity going on, I guess you could say. Where's our Philip? Don't know, what do you think? Maybe you don't see it, but actually, whilst we've brought up this actor, what's her real name? I'm not actually aware. Oh, Jean Slater. Gillian Wright. Now, Gillian Wright has a very striking resemblance to another actor who was for a brief time in EastEnders. We can go back to Philip maybe. I'm more interested in looking at the features of the supposed, you know, partner of Philip Schofield on that one. Susan says have a look at him when he was young. And Maria actually recommends we look at his younger pictures. Yeah, we are going to go back to Philip. I just want to say this woman here. Do you remember Only Fools and Horses? Marlene, this actor looks just like them. Right. Do you know what? I'm going to put a link to my TikTok account, and if anyone happens to watch this episode tonight, use TikTok and you want to follow me, and there's anyone starts watching my content on there, maybe I'll put videos up, or maybe I could put my shorts up. I don't know, we'll see. I'll put a link in the description. Right. Only Fools and... Or Marlene, not Arlene. They are absolute dead ringers. I don't know whether you see it. I mean, my goodness. They could be absolute separated at birth. we will go. Yeah, we'll go back to our Philip in a minute. Right, where's the other? So, does that mean by... Where's Marlene from EastEnders? Yeah, the only coincidence was that they both happened to be in EastEnders around about the same time. This actor, Sue Holderness. Hang on. Sue Holderness and Gillian Wright. I'd just be curious to know their ages and stuff. Born May the 5th. What about 1940? Sorry. Hang on, where are we? Okay. Gillian Wright, May the 5th, 1960. On 1949, so there's 11 years difference. I'd be interested to know their height as well, and then we'll go back to looking at images of Philip when he was younger. Actually, I might have mentioned it, 1.68, right, Gillian Wright. 1.6, so 8 centimetres between them. Right, Philip Schofield. Don't know, is there a hint of a resemblance? Right, young Philip Schofield. Yeah, I'm sure I probably did mention this once when I was... when I was a kid, they had Going Live on, and I still remember it now, the number to ring in to Going Live and speak to him was 08181181181, and we were messing around at a mate's house. Right, he started in about 1985 or 1986, I think. Yes, and they were doing a call-in, and just at the right time, we've happened to phone the BBC studios, and just as they ended the call with this quiz, the phone started ringing. He picked up. We just hung up because we didn't know what to do. We panicked. We didn't realise we were going to get through to the BBC studios. Right. Whilst we're looking at this, he's got a much more square jaw here in these, it looks like, than he used to have. Susan says Amanda Barry has an uncanny... I can't think who Amanda Barry is. Is that not Rita, is it? Sorry, who are you comparing to Amanda Barry? Let me see. Right, yeah, this was Philip in his early days. It's not a very good image of him. And I also want to have a look for Amanda Barry. Can't think who it is, to be honest. Oh, okay. Yeah. Are we wow, actually, yes, she does. You're right, I hadn't spotted that. This is another person with a... Are we saying Philip Schofield? Probably not. Oh, hang on. I don't want my WhatsApp up on the screen. Bear with me 1 minute while I just close that. Right, anything else I should be closing? Okay. Right, we'll bring... Yeah, I hadn't... This was, of course, Alma. Right, when was Amanda Barry born then? Let's have a look. I imagine she would have been listed as a fair bit older. 1935. So, again, there is a good couple of decades between them, but that doesn't mean much. Greetings to Jeff Gashead. Really good to see you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Jeff says Scof was trained by the BBC. Oh dear. Yeah, he was, of course, at the BBC. I wouldn't doubt there's pictures of Philip with Jimmy. We'll see. They were both on TV around that sort of time. Him being a kids' TV presenter, he probably would have been... Are we going to see pictures of them together, though? They've probably been scrubbed from the internet. I'd be surprised if they hadn't worked together, or at least been on the same programme, or... Who knows? Right, I'm now seeing an image of... Is that... I'm kind of uncomfortable looking at these images, just because... I'm not going to bring them up. But that isn't Philip Schofield in that image. Surely, I don't know who that's meant to be. Right, yeah, what was the name of the person in it? Matthew McGreevy. We'll have a look for him then. Okay. I see the guy. Do you know who this reminds me of? He has a very similar kind of look to Martin Hett, at least for some reason. I want to try and get a better picture of him if possible. See, all the images of him seem really terrible. Is that meant to be him as well? Okay, we will bring that up. Okay, apparently there's a gagging order on Matthew McGreevy, so who knows. Right, is that going to be a decent image of the person? Oh, we'll have to DIY, do it ourselves. We are actually coming close to the end of the hour, so in a minute, after looking at this, we are going to start wrapping up for the evening. Let's see. I would like to just keep going, but I do have to keep it to an hour for a reason. Yeah, leave the audience, hopefully, leave them wanting more, but yeah, again, another very soft-faced, very small eyes, actually. Looking at the proportions, you can't really see the brow ridge, but there appears to be something of a ridge just there. But yeah, I can totally see why Susan might have suggested that they are certainly potentially both genetic femmes. What were we going to look at? There was some royal princess so-and-so had a new baby or something. I'm sure I opened it. Is this it? Okay. Why has it done that? I don't know who Princess Gillian is, but I never opened the link, unfortunately. Oh, Conor McGregor, devastated reaction after, what was it? Fighter is knocked out in 9 seconds. Yeah, this is the guy whose baby again crawling up his chest on his Instagram account. These people are fake AF. Who was it? Princess someone. Princess Eugenie, no, it wasn't that one. It was another person, but I haven't got a clue who. I have to go through. Oh my goodness, look at that. Baby bump. What that should say? Come on, let's do it. Right, I have to, sorry. This can take a little bit of time for me to get right sometime. Where is it? Edit text. Princess Eugenie shows off his, that's where I'd start it, his fake baby bump as he steps out. That is how what that article should read as. Princess Eugenie shows off his fake baby bump as he steps out with Jack. What do you think? Look, nothing looks a bit sinister about this image. You walk down the street all the time and see people look like this, yeah? Nothing weird there. And then when someone nudges you and says, look at that person, well, what about him? That's Princess Eugenie. Oh, it makes sense now. Right, that's why they look as they do. They're one of them. Okay. Gosh, that's a large picture. Yeah, another royal baby, another suspect pregnancy. At this point in the evening, it is time for me to start winding down. I will take the time to thank Jeff Gashead, Susan Byrne, Jokerman, and Maria for commenting in the live chat. Have I missed anyone? I don't think I have. Oh, Angela, of course, was in earlier. Hope you're still tuned in. If not, let's see. Yeah, Susan says it's shouting girl to you. Got it. And Maria says his voice is high pitched. Yeah, I'm with you on that possibility. I'm not saying it's a definite. I don't know for sure about our Philip, but that is certainly something that I would not rule out, because just like Princess Eugenie looks like a overweight man, Philip also... Right, I know who we should have looked at. Right, last one before we go. Philip Schofield with... who's that guy who died recently? Who painted the Queen, Rolf Harris. I would be surprised if these two had not been photographed together. Could be wrong, maybe not. At least once Philip Schofield didn't interview Rolf Harris or Jimmy Savile. I would find that kind of hard to believe, but who knows? Maybe he never did. I bet he did. I bet all the images of those guys on programs like This Morning have well and truly been struck from the records, as it were. Of course, the Ministry of Truth, dealing with in the book 1984, dealt with exactly that, destroying the evidence, and I wouldn't be too surprised to find out that had gone on as well. Okay, before we leave, I would like to take the opportunity to thank Linda Mack and Midnight Scribbler, otherwise known as Jokerman, for supporting me over on Patreon. Also thanks to Skeptic936 and Nathan Oakley for their support of this channel. If you want to show your appreciation for tonight's video, there are a couple of methods you can use on screen. Links, of course, in description. Another very easy way of saying, Bobby, we love it, mate, keep it coming, is just hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing if you're not already, and sharing it on social media is a huge compliment. So if you want to do that, knock yourself out. Okay, when are we back? Let's have a look. Where's our schedule? It's going to be Sunday now, of course. We're on Thursday. Sabbath day starts tomorrow, sundown. Beautiful period of time entering into God's rest. It then comes to an end sundown on Saturday, and I will be back with you Sunday evening, God willing, all being well. Where I don't know what subject we'll cover. Of course, last week we had Joker Man, who I hope still tuned in. Yeah, there. Yeah, Jeff mentions the BBC canteen must have been busy. Too right. Susan's bidding us a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Right, where were we? Susan says, I'll miss Sunday, but catch up soon. I hope you do, Susan. I really appreciate you stopping by my channel, our channel, and taking the time to comment. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, thanks to all who has tuned in. Good night, Joker Man. Yeah, of course we had Joker Man with us last Sunday, and I think in future, I really enjoy having him on, having a chat with him. I have invited him to come on as I don't know whether you'd call it a co-host, a guest, whatever. If he wants to, no pressure, of course. But we will certainly have him on again at some point. I will still be doing my Bobzee hours and Sunday night streams, though, as usual. But yeah, it's always good to have a co-host on, say, once a fortnight or something. We'll see how it goes, see what we can manage, but I will certainly be back Sunday. Okay, guys, as always, I can't recommend enough observing the Sabbath day. It tunes you into the rest of the week in a most perfect way, and yeah, it just seems to sets the week going. Okay, I'm gonna wish you all a great weekend, and I'll be back with you Sunday. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Over and out. Good night.